All right, party peoples of the interwebs, it's the pre-Sunday night show. Viva and Barnes Law Extravaganza advertisement, announcement, summary, vlog. It's also Father's Day. It's the Father's Day special, so happy Father's Day to everybody out there. I celebrated Father's Day by taking two of my three kids to a shopping center. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I am Viva Fry, former Montreal litigator turned current Florida Rumbler. I hate shopping centers. I hate shopping centers with a passion. I hate the sound. I hate the fact that people are just meandering around aimlessly looking to spend money on things that they don't need. I hate the smell of the perfume because no matter where you are in a shopping center, you can smell perfume pretty much everywhere. I go in there and we're going around to the shops because the kids want to look for shirts, etc. I get to one shop and they sell the standard, rock show band type thing, shirts, whatever. Then I see these boxes of pins and I look inside and I see pins that say she/her, he/him, they/them. Then I go to another store and I see a shirt that says stay true, stay you. It was black on white and I'm seeing it from a distance like, oh, that's a decent message. And I go up to the shirt and then I see above it, it's to celebrate Pride Month. And I started getting very, very irritated at what I already believe, but that I haven't been in a shopping center in long enough that I haven't really thought about in a while. Grassroots movements start as grassroots movements. Then they become popular. Then they get corporatized. Then they get governmentalized, if you want to call it that. They get co-opted by corporations and government. Corporations co-opt them so they can make money off of it. Governments co-opt them so they can increase their power by virtue of them. That's how they get exploited by corporations and government. And by the time corporations and government have taken an interest in something, it has been co-opted, it has been corrupted from its original ideation. And that's exactly where we are at with the Pride movement, only on steroids and several years late. And the irony about the shirt, stay true, stay you. For a movement that literally says modify your body through surgery, through hormones, through puberty blockers, through whatever, because God made you wrong, put you in the wrong body. Stay true, stay you, but change who you are if you think that you are not in the right body. I can't imagine anything more antithetical than stay true, stay you, considering the principles and the zeitgeist of that movement, which brings us into our vlog and something we will be discussing tonight during the Viva Barnes Law Extravaganza Sunday Night Law Show. Everyone should watch it, 6 o'clock on Rumble. The story of a 7th grader out of Massachusetts named Liam Morrison, who wore a shirt to school that said there are only two genders, and was then told to remove the shirt because the school argued it violated school policy as relates to hate speech. And so the same kid a little while later came back with the same shirt, except it had a sticker over one part of it. There are only, and I think it was a sticker over the two or the genders. He had a modified version of the original shirt to, in theory, cover up the, in theory, hate speech portion of it. And the school said no. The parents sued the school for violation of First Amendment rights, freedom of speech, and they lost at the lower court, and now they lost at the appellate level because the court came to the conclusion that the school was within its rights to restrict this kid's freedom of speech on the basis of hate speech or whatever. Now, the lower court versus the appellate court came to the same conclusion of law, but based on different reasoning. The appellate court relied on a principle from this landmark decision called Tinker of the substantial disruption test. If a kid wearing something in school that will substantially disrupt with school life, well, then they can be prohibited from wearing it. And it dates back to, I think it was wearing a black armband to protest the Vietnam War. And I guess wearing a black armband is not substantially disruptive, but wearing a shirt that says something as almost scientifically accurate as there are only two genders, well, that's substantially disruptive. And the ultimate irony in this is that there was another Court of Appeal decision that authorized someone wearing a shirt that said, be happy, not gay. And I guess that shirt didn't violate any hate speech protocol of the school, or maybe, just maybe, we're not having consistent application of free speech rules here. But the kid, through his family, lost the lawsuit. The Court of Appeal upheld the decision of the school to ban this kid from wearing a shirt that said there are only two genders. Now, the kid came out afterward through his family and had a pretty interesting statement, basically saying, look, we go to school and these schools put us through Pride Month regularly. They put us through gay pride, trans pride. They talk about pronouns, all this other stuff. And they talk about it as though we have to accept it without being able to push back with our own personal beliefs. So while we go to school and they say gay pride, yada, 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 I come to school and say there are only two genders and I'm prohibited from responding to what they're telling me at school. There's a little bit of hypocrisy there. But I guess you're free to say certain things, the things that the school allows you to say or agrees with. I think the only mistake Liam made in all of this is that he went with the rather opaque word of gender, and he should have just worn a shirt that said there are only two sexes, because that is a matter of biology. And my goodness, if a school says you cannot wear a shirt that says there are only two sexes, then maybe the Court of Appeals would have come to a different conclusion. Gender, all right, I can understand that people use that term in a way that distinguishes it from sexes, but Liam, come back with a shirt that says there are only two sexes and see what the school does. If they deny basic scientific fact, well, my goodness, we've got a bigger problem than we could have ever imagined that we have. And that's it. 6 o'clock tonight. I don't know what time it is now. It's 4:45. Holy crab apples. Viva Fry on Rumble, Viva Fry on Twitter, vivabarneslaw.locals.com for the best above average community out there. More important than anything, get out there, exercise, eat healthy, sunlight, talk to people in real life. Also, make sure that you are subscribed and that you got your notifications on, but that is less important than the eating healthy, getting outside, talking to people in real life. And now you know your vlog. Peace out, peeps. Booyah.
Good evening. My name is Liam Morrison. I'm in the 7th, 10th grade at Nichols Middle School. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you today. I never thought that the shirt I wore to school on March 21st would lead me to speak with you today. On that Tuesday morning, I was taken out of gym class to sit down with two adults for what turned out to be a very uncomfortable talk. I was told that people were complaining about the words on my shirt, that my shirt was making some students feel unsafe. Yes, words on a shirt made people feel unsafe. They told me that I wasn't in trouble, but it sure felt like I was. I was told that I would need to remove my shirt before I could return to class. When I nicely told them that I didn't want to do that, they called my father. Thankfully, my dad supported my decisions and came to pick me up. What did my shirt say? 5 simple words. There are only two genders. Nothing harmful, nothing threatening, just a statement I believe to be a fact. I have been told that my shirt was targeting a protected class. Who is this protected class? Are their feelings more important than my rights? I don't complain when I see pride flags and diversity posters hung throughout the school. Do you know why? Because others have a right to their beliefs just as I do. Not one person, staff, or student told me that they were bothered by what I was wearing. Actually, just the opposite. Several kids told me that they supported my actions and that they wanted one too. I was told that the shirt was a disruption to learning. No one got up and stormed out of class. No one burst into tears. I'm sure I would have noticed if they had. I experience disruptions to my learning every day. Kids acting out in class are a disruption, yet nothing is done. Why do the rules apply to one, yet not another? I feel like these adults were telling me that it wasn't okay for me to have an opposing view. Their arguments were weak, in my opinion. I didn't go to school that day to hurt feelings or cause trouble. I have learned a lot from this experience. I learned that a lot of other students share my view. I learned that adults don't always do the right thing or make the right decisions. I know that I have a right to wear a shirt with those 5 words. Even at 12 years old, I have my own political opinions, and I have a right to express those opinions. Even at school, this right is called the First Amendment to the Constitution. My hope in being here tonight is to bring the school committee's attention to this issue. I hope that you will speak up for the rest of us so we can express ourselves without being pulled out of class. Next time, it may not only be me. There might be more students that decide to speak out. Thank you for your time and good night.
Thank you.